Hey, before you say anything, I'm not here to start anything. No, really. Don't do that face. I can already tell you're about to ask what's wrong. Nothing is wrong. I just wanted to talk for a second. That's it. A second. Maybe two. Relax. You didn't do anything. I'm not mad. I just... Okay. Stop interrupting me with your eyes. Just let me say this. I saw you earlier. That's all. I mean, not like saw, just noticed. And I thought, huh? That's interesting. No, not interesting like that. Don't make it weird. I'm being normal right now. Very normal. You're the one making this awkward. I said it's fine. Why do you keep asking if it's fine? I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't fine. Okay? That sounded less convincing than I meant it to. Look, I'm not here to accuse you of anything. I'm not here to complain. And I'm definitely not here to start some dramatic conversation. I just noticed how I felt. And I didn't like it. That's all. No, don't jump ahead. I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. I just had a reaction. A stupid one. And before you try to explain or apologize or fix it, don't. Please. I'm just saying this out loud so it stops looping in my head. I'm not asking you to do anything differently. I'm not asking you to reassure me. I just needed to say it once, out loud, to you. Okay, now you can talk. Wait, actually, just give me a second. I'm almost there. Okay, now I'm actually going to say it. And I need you to not interrupt me. Not with jokes. Not with that soft voice you do when you think I'm about to fall apart. Just listen. I was jealous. There. That's the word. And I hate that it's the word. Because it's ugly. And small. And it doesn't fit the version of myself I like to believe in. I don't want to be jealous. I don't see myself as that person. So when it happened, my first thought wasn't, oh, I'm jealous. It was more like, why does my chest feel tight? Why do I suddenly feel stupid? Why do I want to leave? And then I realized which was worse. And before you say anything, no, you didn't do anything wrong. This is important. I need you to hear that part. You were just there, existing, being you. And that's kind of the problem. I saw you. That's it. That's the whole story. I walked in, and you didn't notice me right away. You were turned, slightly talking, leaning in that way you do when you're actually listening. And they laughed. Not politely, not awkwardly. Like really laughed. And you smiled. Not your small one. The real one. The one you don't fake. I remember thinking, oh, so that's what this is. I didn't stay long. You probably didn't even register that I left. And that's fine. It really is. But on the way home, I kept replaying it. Your voice, your posture, how easy it looked. And that's when it hit me, that sharp, embarrassing little truth. I wanted that to be mine. Not in a dramatic way, not in a you owe me way. Just, I wanted to be the one you looked at like that. And that's not fair. To you. To anyone. So, I got mad at myself instead. I told myself I was overreacting, that I was projecting, that I was lonely and reading into things. I even laughed at myself, out loud, which did not help. Because no matter how many logical explanations I came up with, the feeling didn't go away. It just sat there, quiet, heavy. And I hate that I'm admitting this. I really do. Because jealousy feels like a claim. And I'm not trying to claim you. I don't want to be that person who watches, counts, compares. I don't want to be the girl who gets tense over something that isn't hers. So, let me say this clearly before my voice does something stupid. I'm not mad at you. I'm not asking you to stop anything. I'm not even asking you to explain. I just needed you to know that when I saw that, it hurt. And I don't like that it hurt, but it did. Okay. You can look at me now. Just don't try to make it smaller. I keep trying to tell myself it's not about that. Not really. That it's just timing, or mood, or me being tired and dramatic. Because that would be easier. That would mean I could fix it. But then I think about it for more than 5 seconds. And I know that's not true. I hate that it was you. I don't mean that in a cruel way. I don't mean I regret knowing you. I mean, of all people, it had to be you. Because if it were anyone else, I could have brushed it off. I could have laughed and said, wow, that was dumb, and moved on. But with you, it doesn't feel random. It feels specific, intentional, like my brain didn't even bother pretending. And that's terrifying. Because you're not someone I accidentally care about. You're not a face. You're not a distraction. You're the person I notice first in a room. The one I relax around without thinking. The one I don't have to prepare myself for. Do you know how unfair that is? I didn't choose this. I didn't wake up one day and decide, yeah, let's make this complicated. It just happened quietly while I was busy pretending everything was normal. And that's the part that really gets me. I didn't realize how deep it went until it hurt. Until I saw you with someone else. And my first instinct wasn't curiosity. It was loss. Not losing you exactly. Losing the version of me that gets to believe she's special to you. And I hate that. I hate that I even think like that. Because I don't want to own you. I don't want to cage you in my feelings. I want you to be happy. I really do. I just didn't expect how quiet the room would feel. When I realized that happiness might not include me, I kept thinking, why does this hurt so much if I'm supposedly fine? And the answer was right there. I just didn't want to say it. Because saying it makes it real. It means I wasn't imagining things. It means those moments, the late talks, the way you linger, the way you say my name, they weren't meaningless to me. And once I admit that, I have to admit something else. That I've been brave for a long time. Brave in that quiet way no one applauds. Brave enough to stay. Brave enough to smile. Brave enough to act like I don't want more. But I'm tired. I'm tired of being the girl who understands. The girl who steps back gracefully. The girl who swallows the ache and calls it maturity. Sometimes I just want to be honest, even if it's messy, even if my voice shakes a little. Because pretending this doesn't matter hurts more than admitting it does. And I don't know what you're going to say. I don't even know what I want you to say. I just know that keeping this inside me was starting to feel heavier than whatever comes next. Okay? That was the hard part. Don't rush me yet. Just stay here with me for a second. Okay? I need a second. Just give me a second. I keep trying to figure out how I'm supposed to say this part. Like there's a right order, a safer way to phrase it. And every version in my head sounds wrong. Too careful. Too dramatic. Too small. So I'm just going to talk. And if it comes out messy, that's kind of the point. I'm not asking you to choose. I need to say that first, because I don't want you hearing something I'm not saying. I'm not asking you to stop talking to anyone. I'm not asking you to look at me differently on purpose. I'm not asking you to promise anything. I don't want to trap you with my feelings. I don't want this to feel like pressure. I'm asking you to know That's it. To know why I hesitate sometimes. Why I go quiet right after laughing. Why I pretend I didn't notice certain things when I absolutely did. To know that when I say I'm fine, it's usually true. But sometimes it's just me being brave again. I keep catching myself thinking about how I'd explain this if someone else asked, and every explanation sounds like a lie. Because the truth is quieter than that. The truth is, I feel safe with you. And I hate how big that feels when I say it out loud. I didn't plan to let you matter this much. It just happened in the in-between moments. The pauses, the late replies that weren't really late, the way conversations didn't end so much as fade into sleep. I started measuring my days by whether or not I talked to you, and I didn't even notice until I did. There are things I don't say on purpose, not because I'm lying, but because I'm protecting something. Like the way my chest feels when you say my name softly, or how I relax without realizing it when you say closer. I don't say those things because once I do, they can be taken away. But I'm tired of pretending. This is nothing. Not dramatic, not overwhelming. Just not nothing. I don't know what this becomes. I don't know if you feel the same way, or if you ever will. And that scares me less than staying silent did. Because silence started to feel like I was carrying this alone. If you told me you liked me, no, let me say that differently. If you ever told me you felt something too, even something small, I think I'd finally stop acting so brave. I think I'd let myself rest in it, just for a moment. And if you don't, if this is just mine, that's okay. It really is. I just needed you to know that I wasn't distant. I wasn't cold. I wasn't confused. I was feeling something and trying not to drop it. So now it's out there, not as a demand, not as a confession with expectations, just the truth shared. You don't have to answer right now, or ever, if that's what you need. I'm not going anywhere. I just didn't want to be the only one who knew.